Right, the South Africa Investment Conference is underway. It's been taking place since 2018. President Cyril Ramaphosa and his team of economic envoys have been crisscrossing the globe and bringing people to South Africa in an attempt to raise 1.2 trillion rand. Let's cross live now to Sandton, where SABC News reporter Gloria Sifako-Musi is at that investment conference. A very good afternoon to you, Gloria. Just tell us what's happened.
Thank you, Nzinga. Well, we've had some pledges that were made so far today, and one of them is Netflix. Netflix has pledged 929 million rand to cover 4 productions that will be filmed here in South Africa for this year and next year. We understand one will be filmed internationally and that is an international production, while another one, the 3 others are South African. We expect this to boost the TV and film industry in South Africa and to help create jobs. But to tell us more about this investment, we are joined by Shola Sani from Netflix. Shola, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us more about this investment.
Absolutely. We're so excited about this because beyond the numbers, for us it represents a way of demonstrating that Netflix really loves South Africa. And we believe that the talent and the creativity that comes out of this country is simply unbelievable. So South Africa is on the cusp of something really spectacular. And this is why we're making this kind of commitments to show that the creative industry does have a role to play as far as pushing this country forward on its economic agenda is concerned. So we're super excited about this.
What kind of an impact can you tell us that this project will have?
Absolutely, because you hear the big number, it's 929 million rand, right? But what you don't see in that number is all of the jobs. And the special thing about film and TV production is the fact that it injects a lot of capital into the economy in relatively a short amount of time. But of that capital, it's actually not stopping in the film and TV industry. It's going to sectors like transport, like catering, like retail, like fashion. There's so many other sectors that are supported by the stuff that film and TV does. So for us, we're super excited that this is an opportunity to create jobs. And I'll tell you about Project Panda, which is one of the productions that make up this pledge we're committing to, right? So Panda is an international production, but Panda alone is going to create more than 1,000 full-time equivalent jobs. And for us, that's livelihoods. That's people who are able to get up in the morning and go earn a living. And that's skills building. That's knowledge transfer. That's a whole generation of people who next year will be at the forefront of opportunity because they've had the opportunity to hone their skills and really hone their craft on projects like Panda. So this is why we are I'm super excited as Netflix that beyond the sheer capital injection, there's a whole social and economic benefits that follows these productions.
Yeah, there's a study that I read that shows that the productions that see you film in South Africa actually drive tourism. So follow up, is there any partnership that you're working with the tourism sector to try and benefit from this?
Yeah, absolutely. And last year we did collaborate with the South Africa Tourism, and they're a great partner because what we found was that by virtue of the South African content and the titles, things like Blood and Water and How to Ruin Christmas that people see on Netflix, it actually drives some kind of cultural affinity. They feel closer and more related to the people here, and they even want to travel to South Africa. And I'll give you a cool example. This is why we believe that great stories do come out of South Africa and can resonate across the world. We found that last year, on the average, for every one South African title that was viewed within South Africa on Netflix, 26 other views of the same title happened outside the country. And it just shows that there's a massive opportunity and there's a demand for South African content. So things like this pledge is Netflix's way of rising up to try and fulfill that demand and also partner with South African storytellers to tell the South African stories to the world.
Yes. In terms of connectivity to the internet, I understand that Africa is not as advanced compared to the other parts of the world. How is this impacting on taking up streaming for products like Netflix?
So the question about connectivity and internet availability is one legitimately that does have an impact on uptake and streaming services. But what Netflix is also trying to do is diversify, and you know that with any internet-enabled device, you can subscribe to Netflix and find a pricing point, either a mobile only or a smart TV connection that enables you to consume our content at your own pace and at the sort of pricing point that works for you. So this is an area where obviously we're collaborating across the ecosystem and working with partners and doing things that hopefully will help drive not just the demand, but the accessibility for content services on Netflix.
Thank you so much for joining us, and good luck with your investment. That was Shola Sani from Netflix, and it's back to you in studio.